Hi, my name is Dara Maria Unicorn, and this is Told Stories, turning presentations into conversations with the presentation people. This course is for non-native English-speaking professionals in project management, sales management, and product management who are using English as a corporate lingua franca, and it is designed to give non-native speakers the tools that they need to overcome performance anxiety when presenting in English. This is a self-paced course. Primarily asynchronous, there is an optional weekly synchronous Q&A meeting. All course content is available on the LMS for the duration of the course. Students work through the asynchronous content independently, and course activities have soft deadlines, while all content is due the week after the course concludes. Told Stories combines communication skills with composition and grammar, addressing the needs of professionals who need to improve their presentation and public speaking skills in English. Many non-native English speakers are so worried about making grammatical errors as a result of grammar-heavy teaching in schools that they are afraid to speak up. They lose sight of the reason for using their English with their colleagues, and so the starting point of this course is overcoming the fear by highlighting the importance of other elements of communication over grammar. The design document illustrates the entire course. The design process for this course is ADDI, plus backward design and rapid e-learning, focusing on where students need to get to, and then figuring out how to get them there. As the course is designed for adults, development will make use of theories of andragogy. Page 12 of the design document goes into more detail about the theories involved in development. While creating, design teams would be expected to develop course content which answers the "what's in it for me" question, which adult learners need to answer in order to stimulate internal motivation and readiness to learn. According to the principles of andragogy, as the course objectives and material is relevant to the learners and addresses a specific set of problems. The course addresses a series of learning objectives as illustrated here in the design document. As can be seen, the schedule of content and activities show a clear alignment between the pain points and the objectives, which translates into alignment between the objectives and the content and activities. By the end of week 1, learners will know how to identify, understand, and apply effective communication techniques during presentations. What this means is that they can apply the knowledge they have learned about communication, rhetoric, and paralinguistics to use a range of discourse management techniques and keep their audience engaged throughout the duration of the presentation. By the end of week 2, they will understand and be able to select the most relevant visual and linguistic elements for the messages and use concepts of solid structural writing in order to compose and create meaningful discourse. What this means is that they can apply the knowledge they have learned to select and/or design effective visuals which support their discourse where needed, and to compose a well-constructed text using the correct grammar and language according to the needs of the message. By the end of week 3, learners will be able to implement relevant storytelling elements into their presentations and apply the concepts of discourse management to ensure audience engagement and communicative achievement. What this means is that they can apply what they have learned to adapt storytelling elements to the purpose of the presentation, along with other communicative strategies such as tonality, pace, clarifying, and signposting to communicate effectively throughout their presentation. Participants will work through a series of explainer videos, video lessons, and interactive course materials and activities in order to learn some effective communicative strategies and become familiar with elements of storytelling and discourse management. They will also participate in a series of discussions and self-reflective activities. Material is chunked down into micro-lessons or topics which combine to create a deeper understanding of the main topics and align with the objectives of the course. By the end of the course, participants will be better equipped to take a leading position in presentation given in the English language. The course shows a number of weaknesses. There is an unequal distribution of content across the module, and some sections are quite theory heavy. This goes against problem-based learning principle or andragogy, and although there is an element of learning by doing an interactivity, there is perhaps not enough of a range of activities, something which would need to be addressed moving forward. The course can easily be expanded in order to balance the overly theoretical content with more problem-based activities. In future versions of this course, I would hope to include a range of H5P interactions as a way of moving away from the theory-based learning and to offer more concrete examples to support theory and learning while offering more by-doing opportunities. I would probably include some detailed analysis of video clips of people giving presentations. I envision using video to examine various aspects of body language and other paralinguistics as a way of developing a deeper understanding of the effect paralinguistics can have on communication as part of Module 1. Ideally, something similar would be developed for Module 3, evaluating breathing, voice, pacing, and giving learners the opportunity to practice the same for themselves. I would also develop content and activities dealing with clarity of pronunciation and accent, using speeches and presentations in which the speaker is a non-native speaker of English, and in which their L1 accent is evident, but not impeding. It is essential to develop an understanding that it is okay to speak with an accent once L1 interference doesn't impede with communication. And the best way for learners to understand this would perhaps be through an interactive video with activities and content embedded into the video. The scope for developing the current course is immense, and there is just too much to cover. That said, breaking down the course even further is not without its problems. Smaller courses would narrow down, creating niche content. Doing so could, at the same time, result with courses with too much focus on language and grammar on the one hand, which risk becoming general English courses, while niche courses might risk leaving knowledge gaps due to lack of theory. Overall, Tall Stories is a fairly solid presentation and communication skills course, which makes use of current knowledge in both public speaking training and second language learning training. Although work needs to be done on the final product, it is a relatively solid course which will be helpful for learners and professionals who require using English as a lingua franca in the workplace.